Hey everybody, welcome back. Here we are with tutorial number 10, and I think this might be the last one. I don't know. I may get inspired to do a few more looks with this palette because after the last video, first and foremost, after my last video, the placement of where I had the tape was way off. This is the beauty about learning about editorial and how it's all about symmetry, and especially with my eyelids, I don't have the eyelids of a model where you can see everything. But we learn and we grow, we mess up and we grow and we mess up a lot more, and then we continue to grow. So today I am also going to create another look. I think I want to focus on Night Creature again, inspired by another editorial look from Pat McGrath with Desiree Mattsson. I love the collaboration they did when Desiree Mattsson did the photography work for the campaigns. I believe it was the campaigns for the first three motherships, first five, I think, or six. I don't know. Their work together is just beautiful and a masterpiece. Sorry, I had to do that. But I was inspired by another one, so I'm not going to show you what it looks like now, but I will show you at the end because, again, I don't have the eye shape of the model in there, but I do love the color story that they put on there. So I'm going to recreate it, but for more of my eye shape. So let me go get my eyes ready and we will be back. All right, so the eyes are prepped with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter eyeshadow primer. Totally just had a blank moment. I think they look like twins. They look like sisters. I need to get in the habit of cleaning everything up with a Q-tip and a makeup remover or micellar water or something like that, but we'll get there. So, first shade we're going into is going to be the brown. I think it's called Deep Shade. I'm trying to think, should I do that first? Going in with the brown Deep Shade. And this one is literally gonna go right up into this whole area and right into the crease. So this is a beautiful, beautiful transition shade, but there is just so many browns in the palette and the whole palette of Pat McGrath, so it is just really nice to have these neutrals, these warms, these cool tone browns, because you never know when you will need it on set or for a look or for just every day. And just really gonna bring that down into here, under, and into there. But it's just always, I really need to buy a new. I think this brush is screaming at me to get a new one. I don't even remember what number this was. France? Oh, 224. MAP 224. I need to buy another 224. Do they even make these anymore? Perfect. And the thing about this is just, you could really start to create that cut crease. Actually, this gets pretty dark. Like looking at it in the pen, it just looks a lot more warmer. I mean, would you consider the Subversive palette a warm palette? I don't know. Je ne sais pas. But the biggest thing, so when I think of editorial, I always think about bringing this aspect of the eye look out. There are many different types of aspects of editorial, but for me specifically, that's what I think of, is just really bringing it out. So that's why for a lot of my looks that I do on me, I bring it out, but also to really feminize my facial feature, my eye shape a little bit. I have to admit though, with this Fenty Beauty eyeshadow primer, like it really gets a hold on it. Going in with a fluffier brush and just really begin to smoke out those edges. Oh, yes. So let me go and do the other side. Get them looking like twins or sisters or related. and we will continue. All right, so this is where we are at, just blending out the edges. I mean, do they look somewhat related? Yes, they do. Is the video recording? Yes, it is. Perfect. So I have that down. Now I'm gonna go in with Night Creature, because this is like the focal point. I'm actually gonna just go ahead and go in with my fingertip to really get that impact of the color, because Pat McGrath does a lot of her makeup work with her fingers, so why not use it with as well. And of course, for the areas you really want it, right in the middle, on both sides. I mean, this, I would definitely wear this look as a casual, because I'm not too sure if there's any special shades that was used in this look, any of the astral shades, but did it look like it? It seemed pretty simple, straight to the point. And the areas where I want to finesse, going back in with a flat brush just to finesse it. I'm really beginning to get it up into that crease. Now, going back in with more of a, detailed shader brush, I guess you could say, blender brush, and going back into the crease to emphasize that crease a little bit more and just build it up, build it up. I guess, cut crease. Yes, I could have gone the other way to do a cut crease, but I do love how well this adheres to the eyeshadow primer from Fenty Beauty. So why not continue to just use this? And this is actually from Bare Mineral, or no, when it was called Bare Essentials before it was Bare Minimals. This is a precision eye brush that obviously is discontinued. And it's just always nice to have these double-ended brushes. Urban Decay had some really great double-ended brushes with their Naked palettes that I still have some of, and a lot of brands don't do that anymore, which is really sad. Going back in with that MAC Fluffy brush just to really get it right and to the crease. Perfect. Now Night Creature is really having that moment, and this deep shade is really deepening. Now going in with an angled brush, because I'm gonna bring in that Xtreme Black, like right there. And this Xtreme Black is just such a must-have. Like I said, for a lot of these looks, and I notice with a lot of Pat McGrath looks, it's all about the placement and the angle of how these models actually place their heads. Then you can really start to see the color, the texture, what am I even trying to say? Color, texture, but just how everything just works together. And it is my goal this year to focus more on doing more makeup looks, focusing more on my makeup page rather than my photography page, and really starting to get more in depth with editorial type of looks. And also really taking a lot more time creating these looks rather than trying to rush it through. Because this video is going up in May and it's like towards the end of April, so this video will probably be going up towards the end of May or beginning of June, depending on how many more videos I decide to do. or if I'm inspired to do more videos with this palette. But I mean, this is definitely something if you have time to really create a look like this. Because the more I really start to sit and play with these palettes, the more I'm really starting to get a hold of the color stories, understanding why these colors are with each other a lot more. And it forces me to get out of my habit of sticking to neutrals and fuchsia pinks and purples and blues. Although Mothership won though. And I really want to encourage you guys to get more involved in having fun with these palettes again. Because if you honestly have this, pull it out. Perfect. Well, let me go and do my mascara and figure out what more I want to do, if I want to do any more, and then we will be back and then we will continue into the full look. All right, so this is where we are at. Did a little bit of liner. For the brow bone, I'm actually going to go in with the Skinshow Nude because I think that's what it was in the picture. And with this one, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of blend it along the edges just to have. And I think I might use this for the highlight to finish out with the rest of the look today. And I always like to do my brow bone last, depending on the look, because you can really help to tame down the edges a little bit more if you really want to. Especially if you feel like you went a little too far or crazy, you can use it to just really tame things down. But for the most part, I think we are done because this is just such... The way that brown and that black just kind of combined, oh, it's giving me like a southern, I don't know why southern. It's just giving me a really good southern blend. So let me go and finish up the rest of the look, and then you guys will see the final look, and you will also see the inspiration of where this look came from. I call this the night creature look. I'll be back. And this is the final look. It's very, oh, she's so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I went ahead and used the Skinshow Nude in the inner corner of the eye, just to really get a little bit of that gold placement in. And just used the Xtreme Black, blended it out on the bottom. And just connected that to that. Yeah, this is the final look. So my inspiration was from this picture. I really gravitated more towards the night creature being really the focus in the middle, and then of course that gold, the Skinshow right there. You can obviously tell that the deep space, that brown is definitely more in the crease and blown out with just the liner and stuff like that. So that's where my inspiration was from. So highlighter is actually the Skinshow, and actually just a hint of this iridescent pink 003, literally just right there. Of course, from the picture there isn't like a heavy blush to this look, so I went in with the Guerlain's Terracotta, what is this one? Stick Illuminator, the Universal Blush. I went in with this one, which, I mean, to be honest, it kind of reminds me of Orgasm from NARS. Put that on first, and then on top of that I went in with the Nymphette, just to have a whisper of something. Bronzer is still Fenty Beauty Islanding, because I am still light, so hoping to get the bronzers from McGrath, but I really need to cool it with the buying of stuff. But Lips, pardon me, are a combination of Charlotte Tilbury's Walk Up Supermodel mixed with Pillow Talk is what I have on the lips, with just a hint of the Pale Fire Nectar of the Opulous Gloss from Pat McGrath. So this is the final look, tutorial number 10. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one because I had so much fun creating this look. It's just very sultry. It gives that moment for the night creature. And the color combination with that brown with the night creature, with the black liner, and then with the gold in the inner corner is just so beautiful. Like, everything really has a very nice balance and a story to be told. So I hope you guys enjoyed tutorial number 10. I may or may not do one or two more, but I actually want to do maybe a fusion of the Rose Decadence palette. Maybe I might drop or go back into the Rose Decadence, or I might do a Divine Rose 1.5 and bring in the quad of the Ritualistic Rose and replace the 4 astral shades that are in the Divine Rose 1 now with those, and really create a different depth of that palette. We'll see. But for now, subversive, beautiful curation of a palette. I started creating this palette focus, what is this, because it's like the last week of April. Actually started creating these looks in towards the end of March, and I really want to give myself time to create as many looks as I can. So that's how far in advance I start doing these palette focus. And sometimes when I am doing one palette focus, I'll kind of dabble into another palette to maybe that could be the next palette focus and stuff like that. So it's just about being ahead of the game, and I really want to keep this going this year, and I am quite proud of myself for keeping this going, because I tend to start things and then I stop and then I get too busy. But yeah, this is really forcing me to get out of my element, of my rut of just staying safe. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you maybe 1 more, 2 more videos of this palette focus. We shall see.